In last video, we discussed about the Aries Ascendant as a foundation of your horoscope. In this video, we are going to talk about Taurus as your rising sign or ascendant and what foundation it has to offer to your horoscope. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani, help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. And if you are not following me on Instagram, this is my ID. Go follow me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, comment down below or you can DM me on Instagram. Okay, and if you are looking for readings or consultation, I offer the complete analysis of your horoscope. Link is in the description section. Before we talk about Taurus Ascendant, this video will be in two parts. In first, we will talk about the Taurus as a Rashi, and in the later part, we will go through each house of the Taurus Ascendant and we'll look for what energy it has to offer when you have Taurus as your ascendant. Let's talk about Taurus as a Rashi. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac belt. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Taurus is fixed sign and Taurus is in the earth element. And more so, Taurus is the second Rashi of the zodiac. What it shows is second house is all about the finances, stability, relationship, your early childhood. You're born, you started experiencing this life from the ascendant, and now it's just the immediate experience, like your family environment, your childhood environment, your childhood friends. These things can be seen from the Taurus Rashi. Okay, Taurus is a fixed sign. Taurus, along with Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, is one of the fixed sign. But the most important thing about the Taurus is it is also the earth element sign, and it is the only fixed sign which is in the earth element. Leo is fire element, Scorpio is water element, Aquarius is air element. Taurus is the only sign which is the earth element, as well as it is fixed. It is also rules the second house in the Kalpurush Kundali. So it is a kind of a supporting house. So it is a kind of a supporting Rashi. Don't get confused with house and Rashi, but it is the second Rashi and it is the supporting Rashi. It is all about the stability, relationship. It is all about the finances, about saving money, about the things you value. These people are artistic because it is ruled by Venus. They have the very committed relationships because it is not only ruled by Venus, it is also the earth element as well as the fixed sign. Now let us talk about what happens when you have Taurus in your ascendant. You have Taurus ascendant when at the time of your birth, Taurus sign is rising at the east horizon. I am going to repeat this in all the ascendants. Okay, it is that important. The Taurus ascendant is when you have the sign of Taurus at the east horizon at the time of your birth. And now what happens? The energy of the second house for all the houses comes into the first house. What do I mean by that? You have house number 2 in first, 3 in 2, 4 in 3, 5 in 4, 6 in 5 and up till the 12th house. For all the houses, now you have the energy of the second house, that is the house which is supporting that house, comes to that house. From Taurus ascendant, things are going to be different. For Aries ascendant, first house, we had first Rashi. Now we have second Rashi in the first house. Now things are going to be dynamic. Now things are going to change even more. Now things won't be black and white. Now things will be the combination of all this. So when you have a Taurus in your first house, Venus is ruling your first house as well as the sixth house, which is the house of enemies, the house of delays, What it shows is you can, sixth house is not only of your enemies and your diseases and delays, it is also about your daily routine. It is also about the daily work you do, okay, like a job. So sixth house is also the Artha Trikona house, and both these houses, the house number 1 and house number 6, are ruled by Venus for Taurus Ascendant. So the energy of Venus is in the first house as well as in the sixth house. Now it depends where the Venus is placed. Now things will change. We are not going to get into that in today's video. Okay. But we have an energy of Venus in first and sixth house. Let's talk about the second house. Second house is ruled by Mercury. In the second house, Taurus Ascendant people have the energy of the Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Also, Mercury rules the fifth house. So what it shows and what it generally means is these people are very intelligent and communicative when it comes to the family matters. They are very smart in dealing with the family matters, be it children, be it the close family, be it the second house, be it the fifth house. These people are very intelligent and communicative when it comes to these two houses. Third house has the energy of Moon. Moon is not a stable energy. So the Cancer energy is always changing. And this energy is in the third house of hobbies, of Parakrama for these guys. So the fourth house is very interesting. Fourth house has the energy of the fifth house. Fourth house is ruled by Cancer Moon in Kalpurush Kundali, and now we have the energy of the Leo Sun into the fourth house. So these people are very connected to their mother. How they will have the relationship with their mother, it all depends on the Moon and the Sun in their horoscope. But generally speaking, as a foundation, they are connected with their mother. Fifth house we have already talked, sixth house we have already talked about. Now move on to the important house, the seventh house. Seventh house has the energy of a Scorpio. The first thing which comes to my mind when I think of Scorpio is intense. Scorpio is also fixed sign, right? At the beginning of this video, we discussed about the fixed signs along with Taurus. Those are the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. So these guys have the Scorpion energy in the 8th house, the Scorpion energy in the 7th house. The Scorpion energy is a water element sign. Water element signs are usually very emotional, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars, is fixed and emotional. So this blend of intense emotional person is in the 7th house. One more thing to look for is Mars is also ruling one of the Dushtana house, the 12th house. So the energy of the 12th house and the 7th house are ruled by Mars. So these people have to be careful with partnerships as well as in a marital relationships, because they feel they are sacrificing the 12th house, and also they are into some loss due to that, because the 12th house energy is in the 7th house. It may be a mental stress, it can be that, but this is the combination for the Taurus Ascendant. 8th house. In 8th house for Taurus Ascendant, we have the energy of the Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire element sign ruled by Jupiter. And in original horoscope, it is the 9th house of the horoscope, the Bhagyasthan, the original Bhagyasthan of the horoscope. And now the energy of this Bhagya is into the 8th house of occult, mysticism, things which are hidden. And 9th house is all about light and the hope, wishes and the higher beliefs. 8th house is also about the transformation and the ups and downs, death and rebirth. Okay, so these Okay, so what it shows is if these guys are going deep into the ninth house things like spirituality, it is also ruled by Jupiter, so even more inclined towards spirituality. And if these guys can dive deep into the spirituality, the other house ruled by Jupiter, which is the 11th house, Pisces, will also get activated. So whenever they have ups and downs, whenever they have some sudden change in their life, they are getting benefited by that. Why? Because the 11th house is also ruled by Jupiter. So 8th house and 11th house has the energy of Jupiter. So whenever these guys go through the spiritual transformation or any kind of transformation, the 8th house things, they get benefited by that. Suppose they had a transfer in their job, they will be benefited by that. Suppose they had some tragic event in their life, they still manage to get benefited due to this foundation. Now the placement, dignity, aspects, conjunction of Jupiter will really decide the quantum and the direction and the timing of these foundations to actualize. Okay, in ninth house, these people have the energy of Saturn. Saturn is ruling the ninth house, the Bhagyasthan, as well as the Karmasthan. So Saturn becomes super important for these people because one trine and one Kendra is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is again earth element sign ruled by Saturn, but it is also originally the 10th house. So these people are very, I would say, workaholic. They like to work. And in 10th house, they have a very friendly energy of Aquarius. So these people manage to have a wonderful relationship at the workplace. These are the people will have all the friends throughout the teams, horizontal, across the vertical, across the department, across the country, because it's all about 11th house of expansion into the workplace ruled by Saturn. So they will create genuine friendships at workplace. These people are very good at managing people, more so creating fruitful relationship for them. These people will have friendship with the higher authorities, with the larger organizations. So these people with their relationships and the friendships, they gain a lot in the workplace. These guys are amazing at maintaining the professional relationships. Now let's move on to the 11th house. 11th house has the energy of the Meen Rashi, that is the Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, water element. So these people can get benefit from the foreign lands because the 11th house, the house of Labha, has the energy of the 12th house, which is also ruling the 8th house, which is 10th from the 11th. It is all pointing towards that 10th house profession. So these guys, I feel, are very good at their professional life. They might be workaholic, depends upon the Saturn's position, but they tend to travel for their professional life and get benefited from it. Yes, this was Taurus Ascendant as foundation of your horoscope, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. These videos will help you raise your vibrations. I'll go further faster into Vedic astrological channel. Hit that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and sending you tons of positive energies, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.